5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, and today I get to showcase a watch that has been touted in the past as the best affordable Seiko on the market.
I wonder if it is.
But first... Yes, and today's shot comes from Rabies. This is an adorable shot of the Casio World Time, you know, the black resin beauty, and it's resting on a nut. And that nut is being licked and investigated by a lovely red squirrel. Very cute. Retro technology with cute fluffy animal. What more do you want, eh? Great shot, my friend, and thank you for tagging me in. If you'd like to be on the next Casio corner, all you gotta do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Cause who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you.
Seiko!
Another show and another Seiko, yes. And this one is great because you watch out. Well, we are talking icons today, and there's nothing more iconic in my collection than the Seiko SNK809. Still beating away, still doing its job, my ever reliable mechanical beater, and it's still on the jingly jangly jubilee. What a beautiful discontinued stunner. So, I can't believe it's taken me this long to review this watch. Scrolling up and down Amazon, you know, looking for the next bargain, I came across a watch I've seen all over the YouTubes. Yeah, reviewers all over the world. Lord this watch up, giving it the title of probably the best, affordable,
which means cheapest,
mechanical Seiko watch you can buy on the market. I am, of course, talking about the SNK809. Look at it. Now this watch has been around since about mid-2000s. It's been very popular among the starter watch enthusiasts, as well as those that love a good beater and love a good bargain. Now this watch is under the Seiko 5 range. Seiko 5? Can you elaborate? Yeah, all right. So it was 1963 when the boffs at Seiko decided to come up with the best affordable mechanical watch. This new watch had to have 5 features.
1, it had to be an automatic self-winding movement. 2, a day-date complication. 3, be water resistant. 4, have a recessed crown at 4 o'clock. And 5, have a very durable case and strap.
Now let me just go back to number 4, because no one was mad enough back in those days to put a crown at 4 o'clock. Nowadays we don't think twice about a crown at 4 o'clock, but it was for practicality. The crown at 4 o'clock means you no longer hurt yourself every time your wrist goes up.
If you had a watch with a big crown.
So that was a cool idea, wasn't it? Anyway, since the 60s, the Seiko 5 range has been very popular, making thousands upon thousands of different styles, all using those same 5 aspects, but the 809 has had a bit of a cult following. Now you can get this watch in different colours. There's a blue, a green, and a cream. I went for the black dial because it's going to be the most versatile. I also chose the bracelet. I didn't want to go for the nylon 2-piece strap because it looks awful. It looks like the fabric used in student flats.
You know, really rough to the touch, but you'd be able to clean sick off it quite easily.
I bought this on Amazon for just over £100. Each year this watch has a price increase of about £10, and it's time for me to check it out. Are you budget Seiko ready? Let's go. Okay, so the box I was quite surprised about. I thought it was going to be a cheapy box, but this is the same box that comes with a little bit more expensive watches. You got your manuals and the warranty from the dealer, that's lovely. Anyway, open her up, and there is the Fiegler Beauty. So yes, this is sort of a mixture between a Type B dial Flieger and a field watch, and it looks great. Such a beautiful clean dial, everything white on it is just popping out at me. Gotta say I really love this case. It's stainless steel, but it has been
bead blasted.
Really reminds me of a Hamilton khaki field mechanical. It looks a great size, and look how recessed that crown is at the 4 o'clock.
I say 4 o'clock, it's more like 3:30.
I love that stepped in bezel. Almost looks like two pieces of steel stacked together. You can see that bead blastedness is only for the top of the watch and the sides. If you look at where the bracelet starts, we've got a polished case and also round the back. This must be for cost cutting purposes. But looking straight on at this watch, I really like it. The bracelet on first impressions is it's a little bit crappy, but we'll save that for later. Quick spec check. Okay, so we got a 37mm diameter case,
Which is going to fit lovely.
it's just under 11mm thick, which is great for an automatic watch. Lug to lug, it's just under 43mm, and we got a lug width of 18. So those dimensions, they're quite traditional, aren't they? Quite classic. This may not fit your bigger wrists out there, but the watch certainly has a lot of presence to it. Protecting the dial, we've got Seiko's proprietary Hardlex crystal. Not as scratch resistant as sapphire, but better than mineral. I've never had a problem with my SKX. Some people don't like it, but let's move on. So this watch only has 30 meters of water resistance, which is a bit rubbish. I prefer 50 or 100. The crown is not screwed in, but the display case back is. Now onto that case back. And
Oh, no.
My bushy pretty, how are you today, my pretty? Looking good. And welcome to another episode of the Design House, where we take a look at a watch's case back. Today it's a Seiko and a Seiko 5, which can only mean one thing. Let's take a look. A beautiful exhibition case back, Hardlex crystal. Who needs a watch face when you've got that? Truly magnificent. Look at the cogs, the wheels, the mechanism, the turning. A beautiful case back that was today. We saw the inner workings of an automatic robotic clockwork beauty. Can it get any better? Will it get any better? I doubt it. I'll see you on another episode of the Design House very soon. Cut. There you go, my pretty. It wasn't that bad, was it? I thought it'd be fixed for 2022. Sorry about that. Before we go any further, let me talk to you about Watch Crunch. This is a new online platform made by watch nerds for watch nerds. Yeah, just think of this like Facebook, but without the pictures of your kids.
And the trip to the zoo you went to a couple of weeks ago.
All things watches are welcome on this site. 7 years ago when I started my watch journey, I would have given anything for a site like this to talk to like-minded people without getting shot down by the watch snobs. It's really easy to get on here as well. All you gotta do is make a profile and then you can start posting away. In fact, come and follow me. The site is so easy to use. You can post opinions, post photos, and follow loads of other watch-minded maniacs. I've been that impressed with Watch Crunch, they have become the new official sponsors of the Mad Watch Collector channel. Check out in the description below where you'll find a link to get on there and get set up. Come and join the fun debate and see what the fuss is about. Watch snobs not allowed. Super! Let's look at the face.
Dial time.
And this is such a well done dial, isn't it? I'm not usually a Flieger style fan, only because Fliegers tend to be really big watches. So the dial is a lovely deep dark matte black, minute markers around the outside, little lume pips on every 5 minutes, and instead of the Arabics telling the time on the outside, it goes up in 5 minutes. It's the field inspired part that tells you the time. That inner circle giving you the 1 to 12 Arabics for the actual time. I like that triangle at 12 o'clock, also a pilot style reference. I do hope that is loomed.
It doesn't look it.
Anyway, at the 3 o'clock, we've got that day and date complication, and I actually do like it. Why? Well, it's quite subtle, isn't it? The date wheel is black, and there's no frame around that date window saying, I'm a date window, come and have a look. I think it looks really good. So just below the 12 marker, we've got an applied Seiko logo, as well as the 5 shield, which I really do appreciate. Below the handset, we have the word automatic and 21 joules, which relates to the movement we'll talk about. The handset, well, I really like those too. Diamond style shape for the minute and the hours. They look well loomed, and I really do appreciate this seconds hand with that little tip of red, the only bit of colour on the watch. It's got a counterbalance lollipop which looks to be loomed, which is a little bit weird. Talk about that in a minute. But all in all, that dial is very nice. It's got that military aesthetic to it that I love, and it's just busy done right.
Sorry to bother you. Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
So we've got loom on the 5-minute markers, loom on the handset, including the wrong end of the seconds hand. Let's see how this puppy glows. So yes, we knew it was going to be good, we knew it was going to be strong. It's Seiko's LumaBrite technology. There's not a lot of it, so it doesn't give you a massive glow. 2 negative points for me. 1, they missed a trick putting loom on that upside down triangle, because the orientation of this watch in the dark, it's very hard to know where 12 is. Also, what is the point putting loom on the counterbalance lollipop end? Because the tip of the seconds hand you're supposed to be reading
It's pitch black.
So like the top of the case, the bracelet is also bead blasted stainless steel. It's not a great bracelet. Hollow end links, folded links, which are a pain in the ass to resize. I do like that shield logo on the clasp, but it's just a pressed clasp, nothing special. But we do have 3 micro adjusts. Now I know the bead blasted look is very tough, isn't it? It looks like it could take a scratch or 2.
Or could it?
Well, I decided to help you by giving that clasp a little scratch test. You know, nothing big, just the end of my Bergeon 6767. How far does this bead blastedness go? And is this look going to stay like this for long? Here we go, Bergeon.
Okay, well, I won't be reselling that one, will I?
So yeah, it looks great, but it's going to scuff up pretty quickly. You have been warned. Powering this figure is Seiko's in-house 7S26, the same engine that powers your SKXs and most of the Seiko 5 range. That was until they upgraded it a couple of years ago. They no longer make the 7S26. Anyway, we've got 21 joules, 40 hours of power reserve, and it ticks away at 21,600 beats per hour. It's non-hacking and non-winding, which is a bit of a bummer, but let's see how one does fresh out of the box.
Welcome everybody, and as we can see, so this 7S26 movement has tolerances of -20 to +40 seconds a day. So it is within its parameters, but +17 is rather big. We have an amplitude of 231 degrees and a beat error of 0.5. Also slightly high in my opinion, but you are getting a very reliable engine. That's it from me, and remember, if something can't be timed,
Spoon it.
bye!
To operate this watch is a little bit fiddly. That small recessed crown is quite difficult to pull out if you haven't got any nails. It's a trait of Seiko 5s, so I'm going to let it off. Now you cannot manually wind this 7S26, which is a bit sad. I like winding energy into my watches. It's an automatic and it runs on the power of your wrist. Some use the Seiko Shuffle to get it started, but I prefer the Seiko Samba. Take it away! One more time.
That is mad.
Okay, so there's no screw down crown. Pull it out once and we can change the date going one way and the day going the other. Pull it out to the last position and you can see that seconds hand still ticking away. This watch is not hackable, but we can change the time. Very simple to use, even with this fiddly small crown.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and this watch looks great, doesn't it? I do really like the bracelet, the all bead blasted affair.
Minus the scratch I put on it.
I think I could have taken another link off. I took 4 links in total off, but I quite like the loose fit on the wrist with this one. The thing is, I was never going to keep this watch on the supplied bracelet or the straps. straps. You know, this watch is a
Strapaholic.
This black and white look with that bead blasted case means this goes with any strap you can think of. I don't have too many 18mm straps, but here's a shot with the watch on a lovely brown leather. So if you want to vintage it up, but it's the NATO that this watch is going to live on, I think. Doesn't that look good? This is a CWC NATO, and this is probably what I'll keep it on, to be honest. Very nice indeed. So there you go, the SNK809, given the Mad Watch Collector treatment. Give us the positives. Well, let's talk about the look first. It's got that military vibe, that bead blasted case, awesome. The dial looks mil spec, doesn't it? Great size for anyone looking for a pilot's watch.
Without the big heft.
I love the display case back on this thing. Yes, the movement isn't attractive, but for someone starting out on a watch collecting journey, see them mesmerized, where you can see the cogs moving round and the springs springing. I really don't see it as a £100 watch. It definitely looks more expensive than the price tag. Give us the negatives. Well, the bead blasted bracelet is gonna scuff up pretty quick, and probably the case too, so be careful with that. The bracelet isn't all that, but that's what you get for the price you pay. I think there should have been lume on that triangle, and I don't think there should have been lume on that counterbalanced lollipop. The crown is a little bit fiddly to get out.
Even for my cocktail sausage fingers.
Here it is, my wife's first impressions of the SNK809. Don't like it. It looks like military, but done badly. I don't like the handset. I prefer sticks. The bezel looks cheap. No, don't like it. In conclusion, this watch is still cheap enough that I'd recommend it to all watch enthusiasts. Whether you're at step 1, just starting on your journey, to whether you're at the end, always looking for a good bargain from a top brand. Remember, this is a mechanical watch made by a brand with huge heritage. The 5 range is also a very important part of their history. I was going to give this watch away at the end of the show. But I've decided not to. I'm going to keep it. This is going to be a great work beater for me. I can appreciate it. I love the brand, but I'm definitely giving this the MWC seal of approval. I'd love to know your thoughts of this watch in the comments below. Do you own one? Have you owned one? Are you looking to buy one? If you've lasted this long on the show, why not become an MWC certified member? In the top corner of your screen, right next to the subscribed, you'll see a join tab. Joining that will give you these benefits. You'll get a unique badge for any time you comment on one of the shows, making you look special. You'll get access to members only community posts, exclusive updates to future episodes, exclusive giveaways, and get to see the weekly shows before anyone else. But I promise to make it worthwhile to you guys. That's the end of the show. That's it. The first one of January 2022. Incredible stuff. From me, the Mad Watch Collector, I'll see you in a tick, 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 a tick.
Every little second, every hour, every minute of the day. Always end up being